Hello, my name is Mike Bennett. I am a local here in the Ridge, Calverton area, Riverhead, Long Island, New York. One of my ideas for a video project that I've been wanting to do is to show you guys from drone view. I'll probably do some kayak view, maybe in the spring, and phone video view from the ground of the Peconic River. So I'm starting out here with just a little, it's actually a warm February day, and I figured I'd start off at the beginning, at the west end of the Peconic River, where we can start off on Connecticut Avenue. It might count as Manorville, but I'm thinking Calverton. I'll show you around a little bit here. I know some of the sites that do like tours and stuff will drop you off here, and you can paddle downstream all the way to downtown Riverhead. I'll flip the camera around. I'll show you around a little bit over here. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, like. If you find this stuff helpful, please, share it. Everything helps. Thank you. Starting off, we have I guess a DEC launch site. If you see this rail spur here, this is along Connecticut Avenue, which is, like I said, Calverton, New York. We're a little south of the former Grumman Naval Weapons Plant. This rail spur used to serve that facility. It actually goes right into the property on the other end. So they have, they have a bit of a launch site down here. But there's actually also across the street here, you can actually see they have a little stairway. And if I come down here to the bottom, you have, this is all technically the Peconic River. Now this fence here, on the other side of the fence, is the Peconic River Sportsman's Club, which, if I'm correct, once upon a time was the Grumman Employees Sportsman's Club. So, I mean, the river definitely goes much further west, but this is the end of the line for public access. You could launch from here. It's very, very shallow, as I can tell. I don't know if you can see it here, but you can actually see. Might as well be a dam there. It's however, I personally think it'd be easier to launch from the other side. But so we'll head back up and take a look at the other side. So you have a little parking area here. The infamous Jeep. I'm not going to show you the plate. And they created, this rail spur is actually still active. I mean, it's light use, but, and I believe these are also hiking trails back here. So you have the launch over here. This Peconic Blueway is, I'm not sure the details of it. I don't know if Peconic Paddler in Riverhead, New York started this. I know they definitely are one of the stops. But there's a couple fishing access sites along the way as well. So yeah, it looks like after years of different use, I don't think even those tunnels are passable at this point. So I haven't actually kayaked this far upstream. So the Peconic River at the west end is rather narrow and also rather windy in spots. So as it straightens out, I will point the camera up a little bit, making it a little easier to follow. There's nothing really to see here. It's pretty shallow water and pretty slow moving. I chose to do the drone shots this time of year based on the lower levels of growth. The tighter parts of the river can get very overgrown. Passable is not a problem. However, the canopy would make this current video next one possible. So here we have this handicapped accessible fishing spot. It's another, I believe, DEC access site. We got this, you probably saw in the drone video, this little shed thing. And it's right down to the river here. I don't know if there's any others around. This is definitely something unique. Yeah, so far we've come from up that way. Just to give you an idea, when I say handicapped accessible, they have a boardwalk probably a third of the way up to the parking area. But after that, I don't know how wheelchair accessible it is, but it's I guess doable with some help. But again, I don't know how many other spots there are for anything like this. Just in case anybody needs to know about it, I'll show you what we have here. Yeah, it becomes pretty flat, gravelly ground, but it's pretty hard packed. It's not, I mean, you got the pine needles on top, but, and then it kind of goes to more of a slightly looser gravel, but like over here, I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty doable for a wheelchair. But yeah, if somebody was coming out with some friends and looking to go fishing and they were unfortunately wheelchair bound, this is really a good spot. So this is off of River Road in Calverton. It's on the north side of the river. And across the street is that old Grumman Naval Weapons Plant. But yeah, there's a little parking area up here, and I'll end up showing you what's down the next trail too, just because there's I suspect a portage over there. But I will show you in a little bit. But first we'll get to the top of the trail here. For those that are not wheelchair bound, across the street they have this little observatory tower for the old runway for the Naval Weapons Plant. cut some of the walking and huffing and puffing. And there's the infamous Jeep. A lot of people like my Jeep. So here we have a sign, Peconic River at River Road East Fishing Access Site. Land permit required. I originally thought this was going to be a portage, but I did take a walk down this dirt road to show you these tunnels under the dirt road here. You can do a portage, or you can looks passable through the tunnels. Same parking area. There's another trail here. I guess it's a fishing access. I'm not going to video the whole trail. This one doesn't have anything fancy on it. The reason I proceeded down this trail is here we have Peconic River. This trail, I believe, goes all the way down to like the expressway, which is south of here. Now here we have, this is upstream. I kind of suspect these tunnels are passable. I personally am running an inflatable, and I don't think I'm going to risk it, ever. It actually looks more passable than I would have guessed. I might go back and get a better drone shot of this. Or when I come by in a kayak, I'll get a good shot of it. So across the trail here, it'd be an easy enough do that. So here's these tunnels. This would not be the way to portage. I'm literally standing on a tunnel. I think that's passable. I mean, you can't really see it in the video, but that's a good, that's at least 6, 7, 8 inches deep center. It definitely seems like the flow is through the center tunnel, or the right tunnel. There's a third one over there. There's 2, and then there's a third one that you can barely see. It's overgrown. And over here, you can kind of see where, if you were going to just pull out, come up here, up the road 20 feet, you got a nice spot to put back in over here. Yeah, there's plenty of clearance in this tunnel. I would not have realized. I only took a walk down here once before. Good to know. I'm downstream. Under these railroad tracks here, there's a passageway with a bit of a rocky waterfall. Um, it's spread over the course of probably 50 feet, and you're talking an elevation change of about 3 feet. I don't know if you could skate a kayak down it. The inflatable I'm running, I prefer not to anyway, but I I kind of think you can, but it's easy enough to make that a short portage. Pay no attention to the guy flying his drone over here. So, I was today years old when I found this out. I was just looking at the map, figuring out my plan for the day, and came across the south side of the river off of Mill Road, also in Calverton, which is just north of the expressway off Edwards Avenue. There's a access point for kayaks and canoes and stuff over here that I knew about. This is up the road from it, and this looked pretty cool on the map. It's definitely so it actually brings us to an interesting spot that I've been up this far, so I happened to be through here in a kayak and didn't know this was here. So it's a bit of a steep hill here. When you get down here, they get stairs. This is just a intense view. It just gives you a taste of what we have here that a lot of people don't even realize. We're on these steps here. Long Island is not as flat as people think. There's a little boardwalk. And I just heard a fish jump. I'm not much of a fisherman, but I could see becoming one. I don't know if this is allowable. That wouldn't be too useful for a kayak there. This could actually be a really nice place to stop and just sit and eat or something. Like, you could absolutely pull up here in a kayak and get by. I remember passing through this narrow spot. I didn't realize it was anything other than a narrow spot. But that's upstream. And that takes you downstream. Now from here it's really hard to see, but that's right in the center of view here. That's a dam. And just to the right of it is a little access to portage around it. I will get a quick shot of that by drone from here while I'm at it. So there's a small dam here. another very short elevation change, probably less than a foot, 6 inches to a foot. This one I've gone over on my own just because. To the right of it is it's a wooden little curved platform that comes up and over the land, or the old dam there, or whatever. It's for portage purposes. Going upstream, you would have to use that. Downstream, I recommend you use that, but it is kind of fun to go over that little drop. The Mill Road access was very right of frame. I did try looking for it from the drone view, and I was really looking too far downstream. It's just out of view. I have my other segment about it. We have another access site here. It actually says Edwards Avenue, but this is Mill Road here. That out there is Edwards. And just over there is the waterfall, where you can portage around the waterfall and back in and actually tunnel under Edwards Avenue. Edwards Avenue is like exit 71 off the LIE. Long Island Expressway, for those of you not around here. And those of you that are around here see people over there all the time, coming in and out. The infamous Jeep with the nameless plate. So, this is actually a pretty popular spot for people that just want to do the upper Peconic River. So we have a little area with 2 docks to put in and take out. Tried getting a quick shot of it on the drone, but I'm gonna have to point it out when I get it. I'm not gonna try footage from here. I had a little bit of a close call on that last one. So there's that waterfall. And it looks kind of scary from here, but they got guardrails around it. You can't go over the waterfall. Just to the right of the waterfall is a spot where you can pull up and climb out, put your kayaks up, and then there's like a ramp with a rail. I might take a walk over there and show you. So here's your waterfall. I'm going to say the water is the highest I've ever seen it here. It definitely seems a whole lot bigger of a waterfall from down there, which I'll show you in a minute. But over here you have, just a little ways away, you have a usable something to pull up against and balance yourself. And this used to be like a boat ramp or something for this access site, but I don't know how long it's been since that's been in use. So, but just over here, you have this rail system for bringing boats up and down. The sun glare is only much. There's stairs here. This is the bottom of the water. These are the tunnels that go under the road into, boat kind of thing. We're here. There's definitely a couple portages and waterfalls downstream. Yeah, I can honestly say, last time I was up here, I came upstream. The water's this high. I imagine it's a bit tricky to paddle through these tunnels. But even though I'm saying it's high, it's really not that deep. You can definitely get out and walk these tunnels. That might be one more steep. But it's almost tall enough, not quite, where you can maybe reach up and push off the roof like I do under the expressway. Yeah, when you get down here, I've had a heck of a time getting out of my kayak onto this because it was so high. But this is definitely higher than I'm used to. I will catch you in a little bit.